It's your boy Mills Lane, and this is The Lane. Not American culture topics or spiritual thoughts of an objective Christian. We'll get back to that, but today we're doing The Lane. Today we're going to make sea moss. All right, so I'm going to start with the ingredients. Sea moss, and some scribble down there because they ain't sponsoring, but they're gonna be the person that's gonna deliver the sea moss, and of course some limes. A bowl would be nice to use for the rinsing process. All right, as you can see, it's in the bowl. It's roughly about a handful. This should last. Oh, look at that. Some see, it's look like a piece of dirt or whatever. And that's what this next process is. So I'm going to cut two of the limes, and we're going to use some distilled water. You want your water as pure as possible because you want your sea moss to stay as pure as possible. All right.
Yeah, keep it fresh for me.
Now remember, this is straight from the sea, all dried up. So we're trying to just rinse. Look at that. Throughout the processes, this will expand. Remember, it's what you're putting in your body. You ever see certain types of people, how they clean fish and chicken? Okay. Yeah, you just wanted to, you know. It's so happy to be out of that situation and into liquid. So while I'm doing this, I'm not a doctor. I am not a health certified anything, but I like to follow directions when it comes to making something. So this is my attempt at making sea moss. It's starting to feel good. Now, to be honest, this needs a second rinse. But I'm in America, and all our water that come out of these things is like Flint water. So once again, this is what you're putting in your body. You don't want to use that. So I'll probably use another bottle or two to complete and rinse again. So it's time to dump this out. Why not give them some more, right? It probably would have been good with just one lime. Well, they're gonna be in the overnight process. I can feel it loosening up. Like America's frustration with marijuana. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Now it's just living in there. Alright. So I'm going to dump this out and get ready for the next step. Now, you see how I used the one bottle for that? So that was what, 16.9 ounces of water for this handful. So I'm going to probably put 2 or 3 in for the next segment, which is the overnight, because it has yet to expand. It's just loosening up right now. All right. So now my sister would say I'm being bougie with the water. And we squeezed them. Put them in there. There's still something left. All right. And for good measure, I'm going to get another fresh one. I ain't putting no water in there. But like if you have a water filter over your sink, or you use a water filter and you put a pitcher in your refrigerator, the same thing. Just don't use no tap water. That's all I ask. That's all your sea moss asking. No tap water. Right there, that might be enough. It might be enough. Those 2 right there. But to be sure. Because if this expands 3 times the size it was, we're going to need all the water we can get. All right, I'm going to set my watch. So, recommended by they say put it in the fridge for 8 to 24 hours on this company. But you can let it sit out for 4 to 10 hours. So when we come back, we'll go over the next step, which is the blender. So this has been oversat because I fell asleep. But look how thick that is. And I had to add more water over the course of the time just to keep it covered. So some professionals can reuse the water. The best place is if you have plants, use the water in the plants. Fortunately, I don't have a reason for this water, so it is getting removed into the drain. All right, as you can see, I removed the limes, threw them away. Like I said, if you know better recipes for used limes, be my guest. So time to blend. I'll just go ahead and feel it. It just feels different. Yes, it just feels different. Feels like it's ready to live. All right. So how you judge how much water you put in there? You want to judge how much water you put in here based on how much it's supposed to be. What does that mean? I'm talking about how much you're going to put into your jar of product. So I'm just going to put some water in here in a sec. All right. So during the cutaway, I added water. So as you can see, I didn't match it level for level, but most jars are 500 milliliters. 500 milliliters is just like being a bottle of water, one of those 16.9 ounce bottles of water. So that's how much water I put in here. And the blending process, blend it till it's smooth. But that might mean you got to wait a long time because it's yours. So, full disclosure, I'm not a professional blender, but I did try to watch it and, wait to see how much spinning around it is. And hey, this is mine, right? And it's for my personal use. So let me go ahead and. Yeah, it tastes like it's like salty, like not even salty, just it's got this taste. But it looks like a gel, and I'm hoping it's done. If you don't blend it enough, people end up with clumps in it. So hopefully it's blended enough, and now it's almost time to put it in this final resting place, this jar. Well, the final resting place is our body, right? But this is our storage container. And this is a pretty large jar, so as you see the numbers, got my jar ready. And now, time to pour. Let's see what happens. Thickness. It looks like a gel, don't it? Yeah, that's what we want. Filling this up. I'm gonna be loaded. I'm gonna be using this a lot. So one more lesson. So leaving the lid off, and I'm putting it in the refrigerator. You should do this for about 30 minutes. Basically, we're looking at 3 weeks worth. So I'll put the lid on it, let it store in the fridge, and you should be able to get 3 weeks worth out of what appears to be 3 cups. Recommended amounts. This is a tablespoon. So it's recommended that you take 1 to 2 a day. Or 1 for beginners, and also if you want to incorporate this in some of your meals, so that is the sea moss gel.